Hey everybody, how's it going? So I want to talk about, I guess, the July release date for the season 10 finale that everybody's been talking about. It's not official or anything like that, but there's been some rumors out there that the finale could air in July, potentially anyways, because they are still having Comic-Con. Like, it is still happening, but it's going to be at home this time. It's not going to be obviously in San Diego. Everybody can watch it, which I think is actually pretty cool. Instead of traveling all the way to San Diego and to watch this, people are going to be able to actually watch it online, and they'll probably have some like virtual online presentation sort of thing. So I want to talk about the possible July release that everybody's talking about, also Comic-Con and what we could see then if they do attend. And on top of that, I want to talk about how many weeks we have left in the year and what it's looking like as of now for anything to air. So obviously this will contain spoilers for The Walking Dead Season 10, but light spoilers. I'm not going to go into anything too big. And also, if you want updates, like instant updates whenever something is announced or something like that, I will most likely post it on Instagram before I do a video on it, because videos do take time to do. So if you want faster updates or you just want to follow me on Instagram in general, it's just at MusicMan on Terror Street. The link for that should be down below. I also am going to be doing like this Walking Dead rewatch. I don't want to call it book club because obviously it's not a book club. But this week at some point I'm going to be, right now I'm sorting out everything that I want to do with it. But I'm going to rewatch the series starting from obviously season 1. Right from the beginning, I'm going to rewatch everything up until the season 10 finale. I think I might start it next Sunday, and I'll do a thing where I'm not exactly sure. I'll announce it on Instagram once I'm going to do it, but the idea is that I'm going to set a date of when you have to watch this episode by or something like that, and then I'll do like either a live Q&A or we'll have a discussion or something like that on Instagram about each episode, just because, yeah, if I were to do something like that on YouTube, it's just a lot because I'll get a lot of comments, whereas on Instagram, I have a smaller following. It's just much easier to pull something like that off. So yeah, anyways, not to take up too much more of your time, but if you're interested in that, just follow me on Instagram. So I've talked about this already before. Like the possible July release that everybody is talking about right now has to do, obviously, with the fact that California, as of June 12th, they are able to work on post-production or whatever production, film production in general on, anything, right? Now, The Walking Dead, I don't know if they do their post-production work or anything like that in Los Angeles. I imagine that they would. That's obviously a pretty big film. There's a big film industry there. They might do it around the world a little bit, but I feel like if you say they did like sound editing or something like that in like the UK, why can't you do it in LA? I feel like there's a way to do that. So that's why people are talking about a possible July release date, because not everyone's jumping in and doing stuff right away. A lot of people are going to start working again in July and in August. So if they start, say, at the end of this month or in early July, like Nicotero and some other people have said, they only have like a week or two left of work on this episode. This episode could air at some point in July. It is very possible. Now, this is where I want to talk about Comic-Con and everything else, because Comic-Con is on July 22nd, and it's going to run from July 22nd to July 26th. I don't know if they're going to be taking part of that, but usually people don't find out about like that kind of stuff until like a month before, 2 or 3 weeks before. Sometimes beforehand whether or not shows or movies or comic books or what have you, right, will be attending, but sometimes you don't know up until like the week before or 2 or 3 weeks before. So I imagine in early July, we're going to find out more about that. They could, if they wanted to, air the Walking Dead Season 10 finale during Comic-Con weekend. July 26th is actually the Sunday. So they could air the finale that Sunday. They could build a lot of hype over it. I think they should be able to start working on it right now. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes yet. Like, I don't know if what happened in California with everyone being allowed to work on film production, I don't know how that affects them or doesn't affect them. Like, we are definitely not getting the season 11 trailer next month because they haven't filmed anything for it yet. I think a lot of the season has been written. They know where they're going with it. I'm sure they've written a lot more of the episodes with all this time off that they've had, but they still actually got to film the episode. No one's been on any kind of set at all as of now. So when is that going to happen? It might not even happen this year, sadly. I don't know how things are going to go later. It could happen. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping things get a little bit better in the next month or two. I hope that they can start filming something in July, end of July, and just keep working. I know they keep talking about a second wave, but I don't know. Maybe it won't be that bad. I don't know. Because this is the thing about all of it. And this is how I know that The Walking Dead Season 11 isn't going to be airing this year. Is because we only have 28 weeks left of the year. Fear the Walking Dead has 16 episodes, plus 10 hours for World Beyond, plus another, or I guess just one episode for the Walking Dead season 10 finale. So that is 27 total Sundays of 28 weeks, right? So that would mean that on, I guess, June 28th. Yeah, that's 2 weeks from today. So June 28th, that's when they would start airing some episode, and then it would go right until the end of the year. And that's not counting for, they could have a premiere on the same night as the finale. World Beyond episode 1 of season 1 could air the same night as the Fear season 6 finale or mid-season finale or something like that. So maybe you kind of shorten it by like 3 weeks or something, but the thing is, this is taking you straight until the end of the year, until like December, I think it was 28th, maybe 24th, 25th, 26th or something like that. They're not going to air a Walking Dead episode around Christmas. That's why they always take breaks then. They might go until like December 10th or 8th or something like that, 7th, but they're not going to air around the holidays. That's just not going to happen. So we really only have like 20 weeks left. They also haven't even filmed the second half of season 6. Like, they're not fully finished. Like, they might be in the second half, maybe like episode 9 or 10 or something, but they haven't finished it yet. So if they can't go back to filming at all in the next like 2 months, then when does that first half come out? So it doesn't seem like we're even getting the second half of Fear the Walking Dead season 6. And this is the thing, say on like the Sunday of Comic-Con, that's July 26th, like say they actually air season or Fear the Walking Dead season 6's premiere on that night. 8 weeks from that date takes you to September 13th, which would be the mid-season finale. So that already takes you to like mid-September. So say World Beyond, it airs the same night. Like they have the mid-season premiere air on the same night as, the mid-season finale. Or like say they have their premiere air on the same night as the mid-season finale for Fear. Remember, it's 10 episodes for World Beyond. So 10 episodes, that's 10 Sundays, including September 13th, that Sunday. That takes us to November 15th. Which would be the finale of season 1 of World Beyond. And that's November 15th. Usually a Walking Dead mid-season ends, I guess lately, it's like sometimes it's like the first week of December, but usually it's like, I think it's like November 23rd, somewhere around there. So if they wanted to, they could air Fear the Walking Dead starting in a month from now, or a little over a month from now. That would lead straight into World Beyond, which would lead, I guess, if they wanted to, lead that straight into the season 10 finale, which that could air maybe November 15th or the week after, November 22nd. They could do that. But that means the show is coming out July 26th, and also that's only the first half of Fear the Walking Dead season 6. And so that's what I mean by like possible release dates for the season 10 finale. I don't know when they want to release this thing, because I don't think they're going to want to release it in like September or something. I think they want to release it where they're going to get the most views and stuff like that. It just makes sense. So when are they going to get the most views? Well, they could do it during Comic-Con. That makes a lot of sense. A lot of people are watching. If they're going to have some kind of Walking Dead night, or it's this live stream event where everyone around the world can watch, I mean, they could always air it there, and also on AMC. So, they're not losing out on anything, but people around the world will watch the episode. Maybe a lot of people will get into it. It's either going to air during Comic-Con then, or I'm guessing in October, or like I said, November. It'll be the last thing that we see this year. They're going to have Fear the Walking Dead, and then afterwards World Beyond. And then I'm sure the night of World Beyond season 1 finale afterwards will be the Walking Dead season 10 finale. So they will build all of it up to that moment, which I do kind of prefer a little bit. I don't want to wait until November to watch the season 10 finale, but I also don't want to have the episode come out of nowhere and just release on a random Sunday. Say it's like August 3rd, or I don't know if that's the Sunday, August 2nd or something. There's no like hype for it, and there's nothing else the Sunday after, nothing the Sunday before. Like, cool, it'd be cool to watch it, but I like when there's excitement beforehand. I like when there's, like, it's already going to feel weird enough that this October there's like Walking Dead's not going to be on. Sure, there will be other Walking Dead shows, and I'm going to check them out. It might even, like, I might like it even more watching those new shows in the fall, because it's kind of a ritual for me. I love watching The Walking Dead in the fall because it's, fall, Halloween, and I'm just hoping that with this possible July release that everyone's talking about, I hope it happens. I hope that either it airs July 26th, which is during Comic-Con, because they can hype that up. They easily can hype that up. Start it at the end of July, say that you can watch the season 10 finale at the end of this month, at the last day of Comic-Con or whatever, and yeah, a lot of people would be excited for that. But I mean, obviously you do want to watch it on AMC. Like, they probably would want to air it on AMC because commercials and stuff, which makes sense. But I don't know. I think that's a good date. I think if there's going to be any date in like within the next 2 months, it's going to be that day. And besides that, I really don't know. Like I said, we are really running out of Sundays. So they can at least air the Fear the Walking Dead season 6A at some point this year. We have World Beyond, like the full season. I'm pretty sure they already finished filming like months ago already, last year I think. And we have this one last episode. And I think that's it. That's all that's going to air this year. The second half of Fear season 6 will air next year. It might air in like February or something if they can. And I don't know. I don't know when season 11 comes out. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just kind of bracing myself for the worst, that season 11 might just air next fall, so October 2021. I would like for them to get back on track somehow, have season 11 air in like March or February and just run straight through the summer and then start season 12 that October. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. It's just going to be such a weird thing in its history. The Walking Dead went on every single year, and then all of a sudden, 2020, we had to skip that year for the new season to start. The point is, with all of this, there looks like there could be a possible release date in July at the end. And just because there's Comic-Con, they could take advantage of that. They could at least have Fear Season 6's premiere air that day. If not then maybe in November. I can't believe it's already mid-June, because we were talking about this in April. We were talking about when they could possibly air this episode. They were supposed to start filming at the end of May, which obviously didn't turn out. We're already at mid-June and we have no word on anything. How long is this going to go on for? Am I going to be talking about this in a month from now, like July 14th, and there's still no word on anything? That's very possible. We'll have to see how it all goes. As of now, this is what everyone's talking about with the July release, and then Comic-Con. I mean, it's possible. I have a little bit of hope that we could see something Walking Dead related during Comic-Con. They're having this certain event, like I think that they might announce something then, do something for sure. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. It sucks that we can't watch this finale yet, but it's whatever. But post your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.